I had a police officer and then some emergency medical technicians who came to me on the side of the course and said, like, do you want to go to the medical tent? And my first question was, if I go with you, am I allowed to finish the race? So it was never even a thought in my mind that I wouldn't finish. I thought, and if they had told me that I couldn't finish, I probably would have said, I'm gonna sit here for a little longer and see if I can recover, because I had to get there. Things were sort of off for probably about a year before my mom actually went to see anybody about it, and that was sort of the way she was. Eventually, it just got to the point where she was feeling so tired every day. She was saying like she was trying to get up walking around and she was just getting very short of breath very quickly. And that's what initially brought her to the emergency room. And then they did some scans and they found some tumor, that it was like pancreatobiliary cancer. So it was she went to the hospital on Sunday and we got the diagnosis on Wednesday. When she was finally discharged on Friday, we were a little surprised because, in our view, she was doing worse. She really was struggling to be able to get up and ambulate on her own. Tuesday, I brought her back for the chemo port placement. She was readmitted that day because she had deteriorated to such a place that her oxygen was not where it needed to be. So that's why she was readmitted on Tuesday, and she passed away on Friday. So 3 days later. We were all just, shock is really the only way to explain it. For a long time, I was in compartmentalization mode, and I was like, I need to get this done, and I was just focusing on one task after another. The biggest thing was going through and cleaning out and then selling her house. So I went through that in the fall of 2022, which was devastating, as you might imagine. I was doing this all in, October of 2022, and then I had my son at the end of November. So it was a very, busy time in my life that I had to keep moving and keep doing one thing at a time. So I think I focused on all of that. Once I got through all the things I had to do, I started thinking more about, things that I find comfort in. And so in the summer of last year, I got a tattoo on my arm that has her handwriting. So it says, keep your chin up. That's something that she used to say to me when I was having a tough time with anything. And that's her handwriting. So I, kind of pieced it together with like an old card that she had given me. So I did that, and that was, that's always a really good source of comfort for me. And then, it's like, what else can I do? And I think it stems primarily from watching what this condition did to her and being unable to do anything, and what can I do? I found Project Purple. This was sometime in the summer, around the time that I got the tattoo. And I saw that they had been at Boston previously, years ago, and I thought maybe they'll come back to Boston at some point, and if they do, that will be my sign to run Boston again, and that's what I'll do. And then I checked the website in September when the charity teams were announced, and there was Project Purple. So that's kind of how I landed there, and I thought, well, this is great. I can do something in her honor and in her memory. Having something that I did that was dedicated to my mom, it gave me not only a lot of time to think through and process, and it's nice to have that time to disconnect and really just let my thoughts go wherever they want to go. And it's kind of my time to process, and I'm still processing everything that happened. And there's not a lot of time that I get to let my mind just wander. And so having that was really nice, to just let myself grieve and try to heal. And it's also something that I used to always do with my mom. Like, she wasn't a runner herself, but she often came to my road races, and she would be at the finish line, and we used to usually go out to breakfast or lunch afterwards, and that was like our time to spend together. It always reminds me of her. Getting to do something after not being able to do anything, it just feels, it's comforting, it's therapeutic. This was something I set out to do in the fall of 2023, and even though I only started training in December, I'd been working towards this since I submitted the application for the team. And so for me, it was the ultimate achievement. So there was no way I couldn't finish the race, because that was what I was doing. Yes, I had fundraised, but finishing the race in my mom's honor and in her memory was, the ultimate goal, and I was going to do it no matter how I got there.
Way to go! Finish strong, nice job.
I thought, I can't not finish the race. I had to get there. I kept in mind that, like, yes, I'm not feeling great right now. I'm, suffering in some sense, but it's nothing compared to, what the patients who are diagnosed with this condition endure, and what my mother endured, and what people are enduring every day. I felt a lot of support from all angles, including from, people I've never even met who have been affected by this condition. Little things kept me going, like make it to the next timing mat, get to the next energy gel, get to the next friend or family member, and so that helps break up the race. I finally made it. I did this for her. Not only did I raise this money, but here I am at the finish line, and I know she's watching over me, and it was just an incredible feeling. And I had, my husband there at the finish line, so I saw him, and it was just like the best end to this journey that I could have imagined. I want to thank everybody at Project Purple for the opportunity to do this. I don't have any prior experience with Project Purple, so Boston was my first, but I think it's such a wonderful thing that this organization is doing, and I'm inspired by everyone that I've met so far. It's such a wonderful organization. It was so welcoming. It's just such a wonderful group of people, so thank you for anyone who supported my efforts or donated or sent a nice, kind word, anything. Thank you to everyone who supported me in this mission and helped me raise over $30,000 for this wonderful cause.